Land Rover woman incident escalates. Veterans from across China gather in Qingdao to support assaulted veteran. New challenge for Beijing. Rising obesity rates amid economic downturn. China's economic recession. Over 7,000 jobs cut by 18 listed securities firms in 6 months. Foreign investment flees. Dongguan's world's factory status fades amid factory closures. Tesla plans to produce 6-seater Model Y in China. Expert warns of risks. It's all covered in today's China Truths. Land Rover woman incident escalates. Veterans from across China gather in Qingdao to support assaulted veteran. On August 28, in Qingdao, Shandong Province, a 38-year-old female driver of a Land Rover SUV drove against traffic, cut in line, and rear-ended a bus. She then lashed out at a 26-year-old male driver who was driving normally in the opposite lane. She verbally abused him and slapped him over 10 times, causing him to bleed from the mouth and nose. The woman arrogantly shouted, "So what if I drove against traffic? So what if I hit you? Call the police if you dare." Despite the assault, the veteran male driver did not retaliate. On August 29, Qingdao police announced that the female driver, identified as Wang Hui, was given a 10-day administrative detention and fined 1,000 yuan, about $140. This punishment sparked a wave of public outrage, with many believing the penalty was too lenient due to her powerful connections. After the incident, 3 veterans went to Wang Jun's office, Wang Hui's brother, demanding a public apology. However, Wang Jun refused, stating arrogantly, "Money is power, conscience is worthless," and threatened to illegally detain the 3 veterans. What he didn't realize was that the veterans were live streaming the entire encounter, and his brazen behavior has fueled public anger. On September 2, social media showed that 21 buses filled with veterans from Dalian, Liaoning, traveled to Qingdao to support the assaulted veteran driver. Across Chinese social platforms, emotions are running high among veterans, who have vowed to gather in Qingdao. Videos shared on Platform X reveal the incident in Qingdao has escalated, with veterans from Liaoning arriving to show support. In one video, large crowds are seen gathered along a road, chanting and blowing whistles, with multiple yellow buses parked along the roadside. On September 2, a Douyin user posted their veterans benefit card, expressing anger. Last time, it was a veteran's child who got beaten. This time, it's a veteran himself. Another comment read, 57 million comrades defend the country, but is this who we're protecting? This breaks the hearts of 57 million veterans. If this isn't handled seriously, who will dare to serve in the military in the future? Veterans from Shaanxi, Hunan, Zhejiang, Yunnan, Fujian, and Henan have voiced their concerns, saying, "We are watching how Qingdao police handle this. All veterans will be paying close attention." Additionally, some netizens uncovered that Wang Hui, the Land Rover driver from Qingdao, is allegedly the mistress of Wang Ruibua, director of the Qingdao Public Security Bureau. Shockingly, she is linked to 83 companies under her name, raising questions about her connections. Questions arose: with China's economy struggling, how can a woman in her 20s own 83 related companies? Clearly, Wang Hui of Qingdao is not just a mistress, she's likely acting as a white glove for multiple officials. Further investigation is sure to reveal more explosive information. Some suggested that targeting the fringes of power might topple the powerful figures behind Wang Hui. There are reports that over 20 buses filled with supporters were blocked on Shandong's highways, triggering a chain reaction that nearly brought the province's highways to a standstill. Observers believe this incident could become the most impactful public event of 2024. The sense of justice and the desire for rights among veterans and the public are growing rapidly. If the authorities respond only with censorship and silence, the outcome could undermine social justice and government credibility. New challenge for Beijing: rising obesity rates amid economic downturn. China's ongoing economic decline is creating a slew of challenges, and now, Beijing is facing a new hurdle: a rapid rise in obesity rates, which is pushing up healthcare and insurance costs significantly. On September 2, Reuters reported that doctors and researchers have identified high work pressure, long hours, and unhealthy diets as key factors driving obesity among urban residents. In rural areas, the problem stems from reduced agricultural labor intensity and inadequate healthcare facilities that fail to address obesity. The report also highlighted a major shift in employment. With the oversupply and slowdown in construction and manufacturing, millions of workers have turned to gig jobs like ride-hailing and food delivery. Meanwhile, to cut costs, many parents have canceled swimming lessons and other sports activities for their children. With the economic downturn, people are increasingly opting for cheap, unhealthy food. Data from Dashui Consulting indicates that China's fast food market is projected to grow from 892 billion yuan, about $123 billion in 2017, to 1.8 trillion yuan, about $250 billion by 2025. Dr. Jonathan Liu, a professor at the Canadian College of Traditional Chinese Medicine, noted, to save money, people are consuming unhealthier options. Some resort to instant noodles, eating little to no vegetables and only cheap meats, which negatively affects health. Former renowned Beijing traditional Chinese medicine Dr. Zhao Zhongyuan pointed out that China's severe food safety issues, including excessive use of additives, pesticides, fertilizers, antibiotics, and hormones, inherently contribute to obesity. With the economic slump, lifestyle changes are further accelerating this trend. Dr. Zhao remarked, with declining incomes, urban residents have no choice but to buy low-quality food. Additionally, the public is overworked and lacks time to exercise. Economically, the downturn leaves many feeling insecure and without hope for the future, which in traditional Chinese medicine is believed to affect the spleen's function and metabolism, causing nutrients to accumulate as fat. Official data from 2020 shows that over half of Chinese adults are obese or overweight, and the trend is worsening. In June, Guiyan Hong, head of the Emergency Medical Management Office at the National Health Commission, emphasized that overweight and obesity have become major public health concerns requiring urgent intervention. Following her statement, the National Health Commission and 15 other departments launched a nationwide campaign to combat obesity. Mr. Zhao Zhongyuan stressed that the rising obesity rates are straining the healthcare system, driving up costs. Obesity leads to increased cases of hypertension, diabetes, stroke, and other conditions, adding to the medical burden. For individuals, a major illness could lead to financial collapse, further limiting their ability to manage their health. A study from BMC Public Health predicts that the proportion of weight-related treatment costs within the healthcare budget will rise from 8% in 2022 to 22% by 2030, amounting to 418 billion yuan, about $59 billion. Reuters warns that this surge in healthcare spending will strain already debt-laden local governments, hindering the CCP's ability to invest in sectors that could boost economic growth. China's economic recession, over 7,000 jobs cut by 18 listed securities firms in 6 months. As China's economy continues to decline, the impact on the capital market is clear, with the securities industry experiencing a wave of layoffs. According to Shanghai First Financial, as of the end of June, the total number of employees at 50 listed securities firms with comparable data was about 317,400, down by 6,760 from the end of last year. Among the 18 firms that cut staff, large securities companies were the main contributors. Founder Securities led with 1,381 cuts, followed by CITIC Securities with 779 layoffs, and Guosen Securities with 756 reductions. Other firms with significant reductions include CITIC Construction, GF Securities, Industrial Securities, and China Merchants Securities, each cutting over 500 jobs. Mid-sized firms also saw reductions, including CICC, Haitong Securities, Guotai Junan, and Everbright Securities cut between 200 to 400 employees each. Southwest Securities, Huatai Securities, and Western Securities saw smaller cuts, with fewer than 100 jobs lost. The economic downturn is sparking a wave of layoffs across industries, and China's banking sector, traditionally viewed as a secure job market, is no exception. Data from Oriental Fortune Choice indicates that, Among listed banks that have released their half-year reports, only the Bank of Jiangsu added 28 employees, while Nanjing Bank, Ping An Bank, SPD Bank, and Shanghai Rural Commercial Bank cut a total of 4,116 jobs in the first half of the year. Ping An Bank alone reduced 2,289 positions, making it the largest cut among these banks. In addition to layoffs, mergers and restructurings among small and medium-sized banks are accelerating. A report from Day Finance Cube under Hunan Daily on July 5 noted that over 80 small and medium-sized banks merged or restructured in the first half of this year, with more than 40 receiving approvals in June alone. The People's Bank of China's China Financial Stability Report 2023 shows that there are 337 high-risk banks in China, with total assets of 6.63 trillion yuan, about $930 billion, all of which are small and medium-sized banks. China's small and medium-sized banks are disappearing at an unprecedented rate. An article from The Economist on July 4 observed that even during the worst of the savings and loan crisis, banks in China have never vanished so quickly. Foreign investment flees. Dongguan's world's factory status fades amid factory closures. What do you think of Dongguan's current economic situation? It's around 4 p.m. now, and you can see the road behind me is almost deserted, extremely quiet. I don't understand why it has come to this. In the video, he says, "Why has it become so desolate that there isn't even a single person?" Dongguan, known as the world's factory, should be bustling with people. So why is it empty now? What's going on? Dongguan, once known as the world's factory, is facing severe economic decline as foreign investment withdraws and factories close down. Streets that were once bustling are now quiet, with empty shops and for rent signs everywhere. Mr. Wang, a local supermarket owner, says business is down 70% from its peak in 2007 to 2008, with many factories unable to secure orders, either closing or downsizing. In videos posted online, netizens show deserted streets in Dongguan's industrial areas, with numerous closed shops and businesses struggling to survive. One factory that planned to hire 100 workers received 500 applications, highlighting the dire job market. Both unskilled workers and recent college graduates are finding it hard to secure employment, with many expressing frustration over high rents and low wages. The downturn has also hit the restaurant industry, with many eateries closing. One netizen shared that a family member invested over 2 million yuan in a cafeteria but is struggling to stay afloat as factory closures reduce the customer base. Dongguan's iconic Yuyuan shoe factory, once employing over 300,000 workers, has largely moved operations to Vietnam due to rising costs in China. The factory, once a major economic pillar in Dongguan, now stands abandoned, symbolizing the broader economic challenges facing the region. Other long-standing foreign-owned factories, such as Zhongxing Electric and Xiaoming Industrial, have also closed due to declining orders and mounting debts. The once bustling human station, Dongguan's only high-speed railway stop, is now nearly empty, reflecting the broader economic downturn in the city. Tesla plans to produce 6-seater Model Y in China, expert warns of risks. According to Reuters, 2 anonymous sources disclosed that Tesla has already instructed suppliers to prepare for a substantial increase in production at its Shanghai factory. However, details on how Tesla will ramp up production remain unclear, and the company has not responded to requests for comment. Reports have also indicated that Tesla is planning to expand its Shanghai factory and is waiting for approval to convert 70 hectares of farmland into factory space. Tesla's Model Y remains a top seller in China, with 207,800 units sold in the first half of this year. However, the company faces growing competition, with at least 4 new models from rivals such as Onvo's L60 and Zeekr's 7X, which offer more spacious interiors at lower prices. Additionally, BYD's Seagull is quickly catching up in popularity. Tesla's sales in China have seen dramatic ups and downs this year. While the first quarter showed growth, sales in the second quarter dropped by 16.77% year-on-year. June was particularly tough, with sales of China-made Teslas plunging 24.2% compared to the previous year. However, from July, sales have rebounded significantly for 2 consecutive months. Tesla's CEO Elon Musk's surprise visit to Beijing on April 28, where he met with Chinese Premier Li Qiang, was closely followed by news that Tesla's full self-driving (FSD) software had been approved for use in China. This led to a 15.3% surge in Tesla's stock price on April 29. Following this, regions across China began lifting restrictions on Tesla vehicles. However, Xia Jina, chairman of Taiwan's Caixin Media, has cautioned that Tesla's closer ties with the Chinese government may bring short-term benefits but pose long-term risks. In an interview with Voice of America, Xia Jina explained that the Chinese government often uses a strategy of lure, trap, kill with foreign companies, initially attracting them with favorable conditions, allowing domestic firms to copy and replicate the technology, and eventually pushing the foreign companies out of the market. Many Taiwanese businesses have experienced similar setbacks. Mr. Xia noted that while the partnership in autonomous driving may appear mutually beneficial, China's proficiency in technology replication could make this a risky bet for Musk. He warned, if Musk's core technologies are fully replicated in China, we could eventually see a future where Tesla no longer exists. Don't forget to leave a comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.